All right, guys, I got to be honest with you. I'm running out of ways to describe these people. I am running out of ways to describe what we're about to witness right here. This guy, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. fucking, bro, I'm the big boss man capitalist, bro. I'm all about individual success and stuff, bro. Like, this is his whole thing. I remember the first time I ever heard of this guy. Yeah, I guess he's from Shark Tank, but the first time I heard of him was when, remember that Oxfam report came out? Sorry, there's a dog toy in the background. I don't know if you hear it. And the Oxfam report basically found that, like, what was it? The richest, at the time it was like the richest 27 people or something like that have more wealth than the bottom 50% of the world combined. And I may be misstating it. The numbers may be even more out of whack. By the way, that has graduated to now like fewer than 10 people have more wealth than half the world combined or whatever it is. And he was interviewed and asked about that, and he was like, that's great. It gives people something to strive towards. It was like a caricature of like the super greedy, uber wealthy dude who thinks like all of his success is because he's so special and he's so brilliant and he's so great. Like, his response was like a caricature of that. Like, if a liberal or a leftist made a straw man of somebody on the right and how greedy and piggy and disgusting they are, that's what his answer was, right? And in reality, as we know, the bottom 80% of Americans hold just 7% of the wealth. This idiot would look at that and he'd be like, bro, you're just lazy, bro. The bottom 80% of Americans are just lazy and they don't know how to work hard and stuff, bro. They're not smart enough. They don't work hard enough. We have that Rand study where the top 1% in this country stole $50 trillion from the bottom 90% since 1974. Right? So, but he looks at this and he's like, I love extreme income and wealth inequality because that just proves the people at the top are the smartest, are the brightest, are the hardest working. And literally it takes like, all you have to do is look at one of these fucking idiots to know that that's totally not true. Right? Like, Elon Musk is a moron. Mark Andreessen is a moron. Like, all these people who are mega wealthy. They think they're God's gift to this earth. They're not. Usually the people who get to the top are the most shameless and the most exploitative in our current system, right? So anyway, here he is talking about what DOGE is doing on CNN. And as I said, I'm running out of ways to describe this. I would categorize this as a mental illness at this point, what he's about to say here. That's how I would categorize this. Ready?
I don't think it's happening fast enough. They're not cutting enough. Keep slashing. Keep hacking while you have a 24-month mandate before the midterms. Cut. More cutting. Believe me, it's going to work out just great. Everybody should be happy about this.
Even people with the nuclear codes, cut them too?
Cut everything. Because if you don't see what they're doing and they can't show you that they're adding value, you whack.
I'm going to play that one more time for you so you fully understand the point he's making. Okay? Here we go.
It's happening fast enough. They're not cutting enough. Keep slashing, keep hacking while you have a 24-month mandate before the midterms. Cut. More cutting. Believe me, it's going to work out just great. Everybody should be happy about this.
Even people with the nuclear codes, cut them too?
Cut everything.
Cut everything. Cut while you have the mandate. Even cut the people with the nuclear codes. Yeah, cut them too. How do you respond to a man like this? By the way, the point from the CNN host is based on a real story of Trump and Elon cutting off, or I should say, firing 300 people who oversee our nuclear weapons. They fired 300 people who oversee our nuclear weapons. Then, that was so extreme, even for them, they panicked and realized they made a mistake. And they were like, oh my God, we gotta bring these people back. And for a while, they were unable to contact them. They didn't know how to fucking contact them. Then eventually, they said they brought back all of them except 28 of them. So, bunch of anti-government fundamentalist extremists took this approach, like, cut everything, bro, cut. And then they realized, oh my God, what have we done? That's like the one thing you can and should never cut. The people who keep our nuclear weapons safe. Even they had to reverse on it. And this is brought up directly to this jackass's face. And he's like, yeah, cut them too. When you are this disconnected from real world consequences, why is he on the panel? Like, what the fuck does he have to add? And this is the problem these days with CNN and a lot of these mainstream media outlets, is in the name of balance, they say, bro, we got to invite on like a bunch of MAGA people because, you know, hey, you got to show both sides, bro. You got to show both sides, bro. Do you really? Let's have a debate. Should we nuke Greenland or not? This guy says yes, and this guy says no. What say you, audience? Like, this is not... This is stupid. This is kabuki theater. Let's stop pretending like there are reasonable debates where there are not reasonable debates. Homie just said, yeah, cut the people who basically oversee our nuclear weapons. Cut them. Get rid of them. These people are going to run this country directly into the ground. We will be a smoldering ash heap by the time they're done with this country. And remember, he's coming out and saying this after a slew of factual reports about how disastrous all of these cuts have been. By the way, literally all of the cuts Elon's done and DOGE has done and Trump has done, every one, completely illegal, completely unconstitutional, no authority whatsoever to do it. Every court, including right-wing courts, including MAGA courts, are backing up that point. Just cut. So this is a guy who sits there, he's seen the stories, hey, they did a 70% cut to the NIH funding. No more child cancer research. Yeah, cut. Why not? Hey, they got rid of the CFPB, which is the anti-scam police, which returned $20 billion to Americans who were defrauded by big financial institutions. Yeah, cut it. I'm pro-fraud. I like it when big financial institutions do fraud. Cut that. Get rid of that. Hey, they dismantled the entire Department of Education. Fuck education. Leave it to the states completely. Who cares if disabled kids get left behind? Cut it. Who gives a shit? This is who these people are. And then you give them the nightmare stories, right? The disabled veteran who worked for the VA in the Bronx, has a family he has to feed 3 or 4 kids, loses his job, right? They thought it was some sort of mistake. They said, no, fuck you, it's not a mistake. This guy, yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck the disabled veteran with the family who was, in the probationary period. Who cares? Fire him. Oh, the woman who was pregnant overseas, part of some USAID thing, needed a medevac helicopter. They didn't allow it. Obviously, disastrous result at the end of that. Yeah, who cares? Cut it. Cut it. Why are these people out? Look, this is a mental illness. It is. Just call it what it is. At this point, conservatism is a mental illness. Being MAGA at this late date is a mental illness. Stop allowing these people on. Stop pretending like we're having reasonable conversations where we're not. If you have brought yourself to the point where your reaction to the illegal firing of the people who control our nuclear weapons and keep it safe, if your reaction to that is, yeah, fire them, you have nothing of value to add to the conversation. Nothing. You're a totally brainless fucking drone hack who just, whatever Trump says, I agree. Whatever Elon says, I agree. I don't care how absurd it is. There are 150-year-olds taking Social Security money, even though that's a total disproven lie. Like this... Our media environment is just so it's so cooked. It's so cooked. Because you got the right-wing outlets that are just die-hard, far-right, super MAGA all day, every day. That's the right-wing media outlets. Then you have the liberal outlets who are like, both sides. Yes, cut the nuclear safety people. Why not? Let's do that. I don't think you should do that. Well, I do think you should do that. So who's there to just tell the truth? Who's there to just lay out the actual information? Who's there to make correct value judgments about the actions that are occurring? Who's there? By the way, as Elon was cutting cancer research, he got another $400 million government subsidy to create armored Teslas. Now, is he out there? Well, that specific, definitely get rid of all Elon subsidies. No, he didn't say that. But he's okay with getting rid of the people who oversee the nuclear weapons. By the way, head of the FDA gone. The people who are specifically working on bird flu, as there's a bird flu outbreak, they were fired too. So food safety people who were keeping check on the pandemic in the bird community right now. Bird community, it's funny to say it that way. They're gone. Cut. Who cares about the results, bro? What everybody is finding out the hard way now is the way our system works is incredibly complex, intricate, detailed, large and expansive, nuanced, And you cannot just go in there and start swinging a sledgehammer, lest you destroy the country, infuriate countless people, and lead to a colossal backlash, right? And that's what they're about to learn the hard way, man. They're about to learn that the hard way. And we have a relatively meager social safety net compared to other countries. But if you're basically trying to destroy what remains of our social safety net and you're like bragging about it, God help you. God help you. You have no idea what you're about to spark. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.